Good morning. Welcome to the market overview for the week of June 7th. We're going to start out with gold. You can see that gold has flipped the ATR. I do expect it to go up and test the congestion dot and then potentially come back and test the ATR before moving up. That would be my expectation. We do have a green line and a red line up here around 1178, so I would watch that area. At the moment, we also have a magenta peak on the 180-minute chart supporting a move up to the green line. If you are using the THD methodology, you would know to go down to a 12-minute chart on that particular trade. Down on crude, I do anticipate crude to come back and at least test this ATR, potentially this green line, and then as it stands right now, if there are no sellers that come in, then crude would most likely move upwards. On the Dow, you can see that basically we're in a downtrend. We have come back and tested to make sure that there was resistance, and indeed there was. I would expect a new low on the Dow this week, potentially coming down to this red line. Now, the only thing that will prevent this from occurring is if we get a magenta peak that has not come in yet. Down on the ES, you can see that we are in a downtrend. Right now, I do anticipate a new low, potentially down to 2075. On the Nasdaq, you can see that we have made a flat magenta peak. That tells me that typically it will come back and it will test this low. So far, these two areas have been acting as support. So this is the area that I would be watching this week to see if it comes back and retests that. As it stands right now, it does not look like there are any buyers in the market at all. Now let's move down to the Swiss franc. You can see right now it is testing this green line. This green line is from the 180-minute chart. We also have a lot of overhead resistance here. So I would anticipate them trying to come back and at least testing the 0555 area. If they do manage to flip this ATR to blue, remember they typically will come back and they will test it. Over on the euro, you can see that we are at an ATR, but we are also at a support level on the 720-minute chart. As they have come back to test this ATR, you can see that there was absolutely no buying in there. So it would be easy for sellers to take this down to the 0983 area if they are in fact able to break through the 1086 area. Then on the British pound, you can see that not only are we testing an ATR, but we're also at an area that is going to resist price on both the 180 and the daily chart. In this scenario, I would anticipate at least them coming back to test the 51.99 area. As you can see, as they come back to test this area, there's no buyers. Again, that's supporting them trying to come back and test the 51.99 area. So those are the areas I would be watching on the futures this week.